Alright guys, we are back with more Metal Gear Solid 5 and yeah, actually started to developing these armor parasites. Don't know if I wanna test them at some point, probably. Well, yeah, so let's continue where we left off, the missions. So there's a couple of still left. Over the fence, extract the engineer who tried to defect from Soviet base camp and is now being held at Maxim. This is actually very easy. I've done this. You know, this was one of the missions that I used to get my Foxhound emblem. This very mission. I believe it's one of the very earliest ones. Yeah, this one, over the fence. S rank. So I basically did this 3 times in a row. And I got the Foxhound rank. So yeah, these 2 quests should be a piece of cake. Cloaking Silas is the boss battle against Quiet. There's very easy way to beat it. I'll show you once I'll get there. This is actually one quest as well that you can do, or mission. Why am I always saying quest? God damn it. I've been playing too much RPGs. Well, anyway. One mission that you can do to get an easy Foxhound rank, and I'll show you the technique for that. But yeah, let's go in order. Extraordinary is next. So I can actually get noise suppression specialist from this quest, and that is actually something that I need to get the next level upgrade for my tranquilizer gun. So I want that. So let's try to get that guy. Noise suppression specialist. If I don't get it or find him, I'm gonna find him off screen. I don't wanna take too long just looking for one person. So now, before I forget, let's change the equipment. I'm gonna actually... Well, the wet work looks pretty good here. Yeah, Soup may keep. Is it in Afghanistan? Are we in Afghanistan? I don't know. Sounds like it. Well, let's just go with Tiger Stripe. It kinda works in everywhere. I don't know. So yeah, I'm actually gonna change the secondary weapon to a better version. There we go. Boom, let's go. So actually a storyline main mission that we haven't actually done before. It's a completely new mission, so yeah. Let's get on it. Episode 38, Extraordinary.
Boss, retrieve the film canister our informant hid in Spookmate.
Yeah, we are in Afghanistan.
It contains vital information on Skullface's plan. For now, our only clue is the garbled photograph the informant tried to send us.
So yeah, we killed Skullface, but we still don't know what his ultimate goal was.
A KGB Spetsnaz squad
What he really planned to do with the vocal cord parasites.
go to Spookmate Keep and use the VI to lead you to where the film canister is in. It is paramount you
I mean, we are thinking that it was about nuclear, that he wanted to become a nuclear power and wanted everyone to respect him. I think there's more to it than that. I think Skullface is the kind of guy that doesn't really care about that stuff. He has some other agenda. Something far more important than revenge on Cypher or something. But we don't know, since we killed him. Or Gas killed him. And good riddance, I say. He was a prick. He tortured Baz in Ground Zero, and he also
some high ground
There
there.
we go. Oh, it's this place. I remember this place.
The map analysis complete. Analysis
Let's get
complete.
quiet in here.
Please select a deployment.
So what was my job? Locate and secure the film canister. Well, that's a great picture. So who's the noise suppression specialist?
Analysis complete. Enemy presence
That's a car.
detected.
That's a car.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
I hope they don't take the canister with them.
Buddy has infiltrated our map has been updated.
I really hope they don't.
Analysis complete. Clouds approaching. Enemy presence detected.
There's
The
a
map
car.
has been updated. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
Who are those two? I can't get a read on him. Read on him. There's many guards here though.
Analysis complete.
Way too many guards for comfort. I hope that pierced his armor. I shot him in the leg. I hope that's enough.
Boss, we fully decrypted the VI data. Now the target's hiding place should be clear as day. Check your iDroid.
fire! Hands up.
Я не хочу умирать!
Hands up. Hands up.
Подожди! Нет, не делай этого! Я не хочу умирать!
The reason why I'm holding them down is to prevent them from getting up, because stun grenade, even though it stuns, it doesn't stun for a long time, so I wanna make sure that everybody is down, and then I'm gonna look around for whatever. Alright, I wanna find the noise suppression specialist
Analysis
too, though.
complete.
Okay, I'm actually gonna interrogate this guy.
Talk. Where are your friends?
What reinforcements?
You have arrived at your destination.
I don't see any reinforcements. You.
Speak. Where are your friends?
Yeah, they are prisoners.
A prisoner? You gonna help him?
Where? Oh, he's over there. That prisoner might actually be our noise suppression specialist. I'm gonna help the prisoner. I'm gonna leave the intel file here though. I hope that there's no... I hope that he bluffed me with the help coming. Even though I leave this place, these guys won't get up, so don't have to worry about that.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I think the cavalry is arriving. I really hope that was the last of them.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Нет, не делай этого!
Hands up.
Are you worth taking?
Analysis complete.
You are.
Analysis complete.
And you are as well. You're actually pretty decent. Granted that you actually are what the analyzer says. A legendary medic soldier. Don't have those. Oh, I should have. Okay, let's see if I can get this. There's the prisoner.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay, let's start sniping then.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Crap.
Guard post captured. Analysis complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
I don't...
Analysis complete.
You gonna extract him?
No, let's see if this guy is really is a noise suppression specialist.
Analysis
Yes, he
complete.
is. That's very good.
No, почему?
Subject on board. Leave
I
the
don't
rest
think
to
you can
us.
get noise suppression anywhere else except from this mission. So there we go. Here we go. Boom. Now let's return to that other camp.
Okay, subject is in.
Arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Alright, so secured film canister. Too bad I cannot see the other mission challenges. I can see the challenges once I complete the mission. But I cannot see them when I'm doing the first time. Unless I get lucky and... you know, get them done. Boom.
Shortly.
And we're back.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, let's see if any of you are worth taking. A pluses.
Analysis complete.
You're actually pretty decent. Welcome to the party.
Кто-нибудь снимите меня!
Right, what about you two?
Complete.
Кто-нибудь помогите!
You're okay.
He's coming too.
You,
Roger that.
well... Right, what about you up here? I want decent combat unit members as well.
Analysis complete.
Well, I don't want A+. plus.
You gonna extract him?
Development project has been added.
Vantage point. Aha, okay. Look at the I look at the picture now and now it's more clear. So the film is inside some kind of a pot and that looks like it. Yep.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Mission info has been updated. Please select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Pretty easy.
Analysis complete.
Черт! Кто-нибудь снимите меня!
Botanist. Nice. That's very good.
Subject on board.
Went smoothly.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by. Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Whoop-de-doo.
Mission complete. Great work.
I got some cassette tapes. Nice. Alright, these are some of the guys that I extracted. These legendary soldiers. And I even got some extra as well. And there's the elite soldiers that I captured. I'm not even gonna bother with these guys. What? No cutscenes or anything?
Boss, I've updated the mission list. We received a new job offer. The details are on your iDroid.
Well, let's listen to the informant's report.
We finished decoding the informant's report.
The film.
That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the Third Boy. The Third Boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the Third Boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. Extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The Third Boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the Third Boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted, which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the Third Boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the Third Boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Serac power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them?
Eli.
Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus?
Eli was there.
According to the report, Emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember?
Only Eli was there.
Children with a
In the
burning
chopper with
desire
gas.
for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius,
Damn.
beating out even Volgan and Skullface.
Man, he must really hate
The
me.
third boy's probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him. So what kick-started the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane experienced the first anomaly, it gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgan was comatose. There, Volgan's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgan became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgan from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these two test subjects could be, he approached them. Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will control Volgan. Volgan, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications, like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke, or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall, experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts. But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills. Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. And eventually the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Nice. So I guess that's it for this episode. See you next time.